Keith Urban, a name closely associated with country music success, has long been admired not only for his singing, but also for the love story the world believed was unbreakable. For almost 20 years, he and Nicole Kidman were regarded as the perfect couple, combining Hollywood glamour with musical charm in a relationship that appeared strong and enduring. Yet behind red carpets, award ceremonies, and social media posts, something slowly changed, something no one expected until it was too late. Now Keith has come forward, sharing a truth that forces fans to reconsider everything they believed about his marriage, what truly happened behind closed doors, and how everything eventually fell apart. The beginning years and perfect public image started when Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban first met in 2005, which felt like destiny to people watching from outside. Nicole had recently moved on from the end of her highly publicized marriage to Tom Cruise and was searching for emotional stability, while Keith, already gaining recognition as a country music star, carried a natural charm and humility that attracted people around him. Their early meetings were quiet but meaningful, often lasting for hours as they talked deeply and discovered shared understanding. By June 2006, they were married in Sydney in a ceremony that seemed to confirm the fairy tale story everyone wanted to believe. Nicole wore a beautiful Balenciaga gown, and Keith performed music for the guests, something he often did for her, creating the appearance of a rare Hollywood love story built on passion, commitment, and shared dreams. For many years, they maintained an image that few couples could sustain under constant public attention, appearing together on red carpets, giving interviews filled with praise for each other, and with Keith writing songs that sometimes felt like personal love letters to Nicole. She frequently described him as her savior, saying he helped her overcome personal struggles and gave her emotional stability after many difficult years. During an AFI tribute in 2024, Keith became emotional on stage while thanking Nicole for supporting him through his personal battles, a moment that at the time appeared deeply romantic and sincere. However, beneath the carefully maintained public image, small cracks were slowly appearing because their careers required constant travel, long working hours, and frequent separation. Nicole's film projects took her across continents, including London, Australia, and the United States, while Keith's touring schedule kept him performing in different cities for months. Even important family events were often affected by professional commitments. Although they tried to create shared memories through anniversary messages on Instagram, summer vacations with their daughters Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret, and private celebrations, distance and career pressure created emotional stress that fans could not see. By the time their separation became public in 2025, insiders reported that the couple had already been living separately for several months, and the once ideal marriage had quietly started breaking apart. Keith's later confession that he had ruined everything confirmed what many people had not realized, that even the most admired love stories can collapse under the burden of unspoken emotional struggles and constant fame pressure. Signs of trouble existed because even strong marriages can show problems long before public separation. And in the case of Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban, the warning signs were subtle but consistent. Fans continued celebrating their relationship stability, pointing to red carpet appearances, loving interviews, and social media posts as proof that a Hollywood actress and a country music superstar could successfully maintain marriage. But behind private doors, distance and demanding schedules slowly weakened the emotional closeness that once defined their relationship. Nicole's film work often required long international stays, from London film sets to European promotional tours, while Keith's concerts kept him traveling and performing every night, and their attempts to stay connected were sincere. They tried anniversary celebrations, family photo sharing on Instagram, and carefully planned visits, but these actions often worked only as temporary emotional relief rather than solving deeper problems. Sources later revealed that even in June 2025, Nicole was still trying to protect the marriage, publicly expressing love while privately carrying the emotional difficulty of living separate lives with her husband. Meanwhile, Keith privately admitted that he depended heavily on Nicole, relying on her emotional and personal support during struggles with addiction and career stress. His emotional speech during the 2024 AFI tribute, where he thanked Nicole for helping save him, now appears to reflect an unconscious awareness of imbalance in their relationship. Physical distance was joined by emotional withdrawal, and friends noticed quieter interviews, reduced playful interaction, and a more reserved behavior compared to earlier years. Nicole attending events alone or Keith appearing separately increased public speculation, although fans were reluctant to believe that the relationship they admired could be false. Rumors of tension circulated but were never officially confirmed, though small behavioral changes supported the speculation. By September 30th, 2025, when Nicole officially filed for divorce, people close to the couple understood that separation had been developing for months. Keith's later admission that he had completely destroyed the relationship was not only shocking for the public, but represented the result of long-standing personal and emotional difficulties that fans had never fully seen. The marriage, once celebrated as a model relationship in Hollywood, slowly weakened under pressure from fame, distance, and unexpected life challenges. Even with family support and love for their daughters Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret, the unspoken emotional cracks became too deep to repair. Public reaction and confession followed when Keith Urban finally spoke openly about the end of his marriage to Nicole Kidman, and people listened carefully. Unlike controlled Hollywood statements, his words were simple, honest, and emotionally painful. "I blew it to smithereens," he said, revealing the truth about a marriage that millions once admired. The statement shocked media audiences and fans who had followed their relationship for nearly 20 years. For a couple once considered Hollywood royalty and Nashville's golden star, the admission was both heartbreaking and surprising. Keith did not shift blame or make excuses. Instead, he accepted responsibility and showed human vulnerability behind the public image of perfection. The timing of the confession made the impact stronger because by late September 2025, Nicole had already filed for divorce after months of living separately. Although some people speculated about infidelity, missed public appearances, or fame pressure, Keith changed the narrative by accepting that the marriage failure was largely his responsibility, emphasizing that even admired couples are vulnerable to mistakes, exhaustion, and relationship pressure. Fans reacted differently, with some praising his honesty and others criticizing the delay, arguing that truth should have been spoken earlier. Amid public discussion, sadness was shared because if Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman, the famous Hollywood power couple, could not maintain their marriage, many people questioned what hope existed for others facing similar life pressures. Nicole remained mostly silent, focusing on raising her daughters Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret. Reports suggested she tried to preserve the marriage by adjusting her career when possible and prioritizing family stability. Hearing Keith's public confession may not have surprised her privately, but it made the divorce reality clear to the world. Social media showed strong support for Nicole, highlighting her strength and dignity in handling heartbreak, while Keith's confession also made him appear more human, showing a superstar struggling with regret, guilt, and personal consequences. Rumors about another woman appeared soon after the separation news spread, as Hollywood and social media often create speculation around celebrity relationships. Almost immediately, people began discussing the possibility of another woman, with Maggie Ball being frequently mentioned, who was Keith's 25-year-old guitarist touring with him. Fans examined stage performances, pointing to moments when Keith seemed unusually attentive or even changed lyrics in songs like The Fighter to include her name. Online videos showing Keith interacting closely with Maggie during performances fueled further speculation. Comments from Maggie's father, which were vague and not clearly supportive or dismissive, also added credibility to the rumors, although nothing was ever officially confirmed. Neither Keith nor Maggie publicly addressed the speculation, and Nicole also remained completely silent, allowing uncertainty to continue. This lack of official clarification allowed public imagination to fill the information gap. The timing of the divorce created another layer of discussion because sources reported that Keith and Nicole had been living separately since early summer 2025, slowly building independent daily routines before divorce paperwork was filed on September 30th. To outsiders, this suggested emotional distance that might have made new relationships possible or at least believable. The rumors caused deeper emotional pain because Nicole had spent many years trying to maintain the marriage. Friends and family said she fought to protect the relationship, supporting Keith during career pressure and personal struggles, including previous addiction battles. Public speculation about cheating, even without proof, felt like betrayal added to heartbreak. Fans also felt divided, trying to balance understanding celebrity life pressure while questioning loyalty towards someone they had respected for years. The fall of the power couple happened after nearly 20 years when Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman were more than husband and wife. They symbolized hope for people who believed love could survive fame, distance, and Hollywood pressure. They were considered the ultimate power couple, admired, glamorous, and seemingly untouchable. Red carpet appearances, interviews, and public events created an image of harmony, and fans embraced a romantic fairy tale. But the public only saw the surface. Behind private life, parallel career demands, long separation periods, and emotional stress slowly weakened their connection. Both tried to live normally, but their life realities were difficult because Keith spent months traveling and performing every night, while Nicole handled international film work, promotional activities, and motherhood responsibilities. Shared moments such as anniversaries, summer vacations with their daughters Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret, and short visits together provided temporary comfort, but did not solve deeper relationship pressure. Even social media posts celebrating family moments were sometimes carefully scheduled to maintain public appearance rather than reflect everyday life. Later, friends confirmed that the marriage had been quietly breaking apart for months before the official divorce filing on September 30th, 2025. Keith had already moved into a separate home, showing that separation was not sudden but developed gradually over time. His public statement that he had completely destroyed the relationship confirmed observations from people close to the couple that the collapse was mainly influenced by his personal decisions and the pressure he allowed in his life. For Nicole, the experience was emotionally painful after years of trying to protect a family and support her husband through career and personal challenges. Moving forward, both Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban began adjusting to new life realities after divorce. Nicole focused strongly on her daughters, Sunday Rose, who was 17, and Faith Margaret, who was 14, and worked to regain personal and professional stability. In October 2025, she made her first public appearance after the separation during Paris Fashion Week, attending with her daughters and expressing gratitude to Chanel on Instagram, marking a quiet but meaningful return to public life that reflected her emotional strength and resilience.